Bengalis have been making the journey to Britain for over 400 years. Ever since British traders set foot in Bengal in the early part of the 17th century, Bengalis from both modern-day Bangladesh and India travelled to Britain along with their British employers. With the creation of the East India Company, which eventually came to rule Bengal, sailors or Lascars from the Sylhet region brought in new ways of immigration to Britain as they jumped ship and sought a better life in the land of their former paymasters. This short film will highlight the early beginnings of the British Bengali community, their love for Shah Jalal, and what the future may hold.
আমি লন্ডন যাব হাওয়াই গাড়িতে আজ বিকেলে লন্ডন যাব হাওয়াই গাড়িতে
It is estimated that almost 500,000 people of Bengali origin live in the United Kingdom, and a quarter of this population reside in the London borough of Tower Hamlets. Bengali Muslim communities have pioneered in the establishment of mosques ever since Britain sought to fill the low-skilled labour market after the Second World War. This once again brought in Bengalis from Sylhet, following the journey of the Lascars, who previously set their ethnic roots within this area of East London during the latter era of the British Raj. Since the beginning of the 20th century, Bengalis were a small but growing minority. The majority lived in the east end of the city, besides an existing Jewish community, and found work within the manufacturing and tailoring industries. Bengalis working within Indian restaurants became a recent phenomenon after the decline of traditional British manufacturing, and further accelerated with the new English appetite for spicy food. With no official mosque in the East End, prominent British Muslims, including the famous Quran interpreter Muhammad Pickthall, helped establish the first purpose-built mosque in Whitechapel, thus freeing Bengali Muslims from praying in the slum dwellings that many were confined to after disembarking from the merchant ships that had brought them ashore. In 1743, this building here was once a French Protestant church, and towards the end of the 19th century it became a Jewish place of worship and was a synagogue. But now today it's more commonly known as Brick Lane Jami Masjid. The mosque became a focal point for the local Bengali Muslim community to come together in Jamaat and to pray for a better future here and for the families back home in which they had left behind. Muslims from Sylhet also brought in the legacy of Shah Jalal to the lands in which they would eventually call home, and his name is now displayed on many buildings, including this housing estate, which proudly displays his name both in English and in Bangla. The Shah Jalal Mosque in Poplar is a testament to some of the first buildings adapted for use by the early Bengali Muslim community, or elders as more commonly known, who still pray in here today. However, this generation of pioneering Bengalis is slowly diminishing as many of the elders are reaching well into the 70s and 80s. Businesses incorporating Shah Jalal's name include Shah Jalal Sweets, money transfer services, fried chicken restaurants, grocers and butchers, all dotted around London and beyond. There are many buildings and roads named after the great Sufi warrior, including a National Health Service run medical practice near Shadwell bearing his name. Bengalis are now in their second, third and even fourth generation, and as they continue to arrive as students, entrepreneurs and to meet their families, I don't think that there's any real concern for Bengalis to lose their ethnic roots unless they choose to themselves. The connection with Shah Jalal will only be forgotten if their love for Islam is lost, as it was faith that inspired Shah Jalal to spread the message of Islam. One can only hope that the Muslims of Bengal hold on firm to their faith and ignite the natural disposition in the hearts of their fellow men and continue to become remarkable human beings.
আমি থাকি লন্ডন শহর টেমস নদীর ধারে আমি থাকি লন্ডন শহর টেমস নদীর ধারে বন্ধু আমার থাকে দূরে।